Yes, sir. You already know what time it is.
Oh, yes.
I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
And this is another episode of Parking Lot Parables.
Yes, sir.
We truly do hope everyone is enjoying the new year so far. Mm-hmm. You know, so far it ain't been too crazy.
Yeah, not too crazy.
I hope.
Man.
We are pre-recording this episode, so I hope ain't nothing happened by the time this episode came out.
Okay.
You feel me?
Man, we don't even know.
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, shoot, we ain't see it coming last year, did we?
Oh, no, not at all.
Not like that. Not like that. Man. But what we talking about tonight, bro?
So tonight we're talking about why it is important to change the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think a lot of times we are like so focused on, on doing a certain thing that we don't have the proper mindset to accomplish it. Like, when you want to focus on your goals, but you don't have the mindset to be dedicated and consistent, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, if you know you a procrastinator, you got to change your mindset.
Yeah.
Like, just accomplishment, man. Like, I'm at a point now where, like, I'm changing the way I think. I'm re-educating myself on stuff. Like, all the information is out here, but we gotta be the ones that go after it, man. Cause it's still a weird world out there. So, yeah. Man.
Yeah, and it's important nowadays, especially as you get older, that you don't think just of yourself.
Yeah.
But if you plan on getting married, you should take that in consideration. You plan on having children,
mm-hmm.
you wanna go ahead and set things in motion that will benefit them when they get of age. And possibly, if you can, set things in motion that'll help them when they have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, this is our life. This, you only have one, and you gotta live it. True.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you gotta think about your future.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to have a family, you gotta take them into consideration. You gotta think ahead. You gotta think ahead.
Oh yeah, man. And I think a lot of people are so trapped because they don't know how to think. Like, it's a simple concept, but sometimes it can be hard to navigate. Like, a lot of people have a mindset of being stuck where they are. Whether it's staying at a dead-end job, whether it's, staying in a town that you're not progressing in, whether it's, staying in a relationship or like a church, whatever, man. Like, you really have to learn how to accept change when it comes to your mindset. Like, some stuff I thought growing up, like, it's changed, man. Like, I was thinking some foolish stuff, like, because I was young and dumb, thought I knew everything, and I didn't, man. Like, it's sad to see so many people out here that's still doing what they were doing when they were younger, bro. Like, just wilding out for no reason, just getting into all types of foolishness. And I'm like, when you grow, your mind should grow as well.
Exactly.
Because
we hope.
Yeah.
But I think we've said this a few times before. You see people who get older don't necessarily get wiser. And that's a scary thought. It's scary to think that, I can be 50, mm-hmm. or somebody could be 50 doing the same thing they was doing when they was 21.
Man, like, that's yeah, I don't even know what I would.
Now, if you was about your business at 21, and I guess that's good. Yeah. So now, only thing that's changed when you got 50, hopefully, is that you've learned how to do it better.
Yeah.
You've learned all the let's say the tricks. And hopefully you're passing down that knowledge.
Exactly.
But what do we see all too often? What we see is not good things. Yeah. Like, it's usually.
Okay, you got old men out here chasing young women, and they ain't even got a stable job, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, man, like, be about your business, you know. And I think, especially in the black community, we push the rhetoric of hustling, but we don't push the rhetoric of making an honest living. We don't push the narrative of succeeding, of going to college, of, you know, making yourself better, like creating businesses. Like our mindset, we see a ceiling. Like, we don't see something we can go past. We see the ceiling and we stop. And like, it's time out for that, man.
I would like to encourage like anybody who's you know, like I said, it's your life, so you really have to like find out what it is you want to do.
Yeah,
like,
it's your passion.
Find out what it takes to get there. You know, find out what it's gonna take. Like, what do you need to know? Do the research. Like, I mean, school is great, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, but if it is part of your mission, then you need to go ahead and don't put it off. Do what you need to do. But if that's not what you want to do, don't let nobody force you into it.
I'm telling you, man.
Cause
like,
I
even heard Steve Harvey give this illustration. He was talking about this boy who cut yards, and you know, he was like, how do I become a millionaire? And he was like, so how much you charge to do yards? And I think he said like $10 or something like that. So he pretty much divided, you know, $1 million by 10. And it was like, if you do that, I think 100,000 times.
Yeah,
over it's somewhere in there. I ain't trying to do math, but anyway.
No, you right. It's 100,000.
Yeah, if you do that 100,000 times, then you will make $1 million. Like, you really have to think like that, you know.
He ain't bring up equipment costs and all that stuff there.
Oh no, of course not. But
dang,
know, of course that's part of it. But like,
and that's why we say, you know, research is imperative. You gotta take everything into account. It's like when we started this podcast, you know, bruh did the research like on, you know, the audio stuff. You know, I did research more into the audio side of it. Bruh did research into the video side. Yeah. And the platform, ads and all that stuff, like trying to figure out how to. I mean, even after you do your research, I mean, still the thing is, like, even after you do your research, it's not guaranteed to work. Like, because and the reason I say that, it's not that it's not guaranteed to work. It's more or less about, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. Exactly. You know, because you start in, you know, you're excited, like, yeah, man, I'm doing this, we doing this, you know, and then after about, I don't know, about 3-4 months, you know, wherever you had envisioned yourself to be at after about 6 months, more than like sometimes you might not be there. So now you're like, man. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like how we was last year. You know, about halfway through the year, we was like, oh yeah, we were burnt. Yeah, it was burnt. You start getting burnt, man, because you like, bro, this like, I don't really even know what to talk about. Like, I don't even know what to talk about. It was like, man, it ain't nobody. It ain't really popping like that. Okay. You know, it's like, we want to keep doing this every week. Okay, like, for real, man. Yeah. I mean, and so, like, you have to take that into consideration. Like, you have to be in it. Perspective, you have to have the perspective of staying consistent and seeing it through. Yeah, and like, and you know what, when you have a vision for something, that fire never leaves. It may dwindle a little bit, but it never goes out. And one way to achieve this is to create SMART goals. Like, make sure you have specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant and time-based goals that you can achieve. Like, be realistic. Like, if you know you can't do a podcast every week, like, do it every other week. You know, like we said, just get started. You know, engage with your people that are participating, man, and, you know, invite others to be guests, because that's just like building a community, man. That's all it takes.
and you never know how far that will take you, man. So like it's just important to just change how you think. Like, you know, I think a lot of times we defeat ourselves. Like when we start something and then like it gets too hard or it becomes a little bit difficult, we'll throw in the towel before actually just pivoting and readjusting. Like, you know, I'm at that point now where I've started so many stuff and I stopped. Now I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep at it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna grow at it. I invested too much into this. Like,
Facts.
I'm not gonna let this go, man.
Yeah. We too deep in the game at this point. Yeah. One of the biggest ways you can defeat yourself when it comes to like your own goals and aspirations is to compare your progress to somebody else's.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous, man.
That you can defeat yourself so quick that way. Like, don't try it, don't do it. Yeah. Like, it's like, you know, when we started this podcast, like it seems after a few months or so, after about 6 months, it was like a whole bunch of people around here started podcasting now. It was like, God dog.
I'm like, well, shoot.
Yeah, I know, right? And so, like, you know, but the important thing is, you know, hey, it's all good, man. There's room for everybody to succeed.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you can network, man. That's the point. Like, as you've seen, we've had several guests on here, and we gonna have even more.
Yeah.
Some may return as well.
Yeah.
But like, it's all about, you know, focusing on what you're doing, like doing it your style. Cause if you try to fake like someone else, man, it won't be authentic. Like, if you really try to be someone else, like copy someone else's style, like it won't be authentic, and no one would be vested in it because they know you just doing what someone else doing. Yeah. You
can only fake that type of funk for so long.
Oh yeah, like, man.
You get by, but you don't get away.
Oh no.
Yeah. It'll reveal itself, and then they'll see. Eventually, people see that underneath you really ain't got. There's really nothing to you.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta have your own foundation. It's all right to be inspired by other people.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you know, you can take cues from other people, but I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta have your own. You gotta have your own thing, something that makes it unique to you.
Yeah, man. Like, shoot. Yeah, gotta do your own thing, cause there's too many copies out there as it is. So, you know, and it's very hard to be different, but like,
I mean, different. Like, some people be doing the most when it comes to that being different thing, man. Like, they be taking that junk out of.
Yeah, they don't be different. They be odd.
Yeah, like stranger things.
Okay.
Y'all be trying to be so different. What y'all could be valuing 3 on Stranger Things, bro. For real, like just being weird, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like it don't take all that, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can still be unique.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we may dress alike, we may act alike, but we are completely different.
Oh yeah, completely different.
I mean, and if you like, and it's obvious. Yeah, you know, people think we brothers.
Okay, pretty much.
I mean, because we do act like at times, but you know, at the same time, we're completely different.
Yeah,
we're completely different.
Man. Shoot.
You know, I mean, and that just goes to show you. I mean, you don't have to like.
And you know what? You don't have to agree with what other people think. You don't have to conform to a certain way. Like, have your own ideas, your own opinions, your own thoughts, and that's what makes you different. Like even if you're commenting on the same thing that someone else is, as long as you give your own original thoughts and opinions, that's all that matters. I think a lot of times, like, social media messes us up because, like, we hear one thing and, like, our opinion is automatically swayed because we look up to this source.
Right.
Like, shoot, like, man, it's so amazing how we allow social media to dictate what's right and what's wrong. Like, someone could do the same thing, and then if someone says this is cool, we gonna be like, oh yeah, that's cool. And if someone says this is wrong, be like, no, that's wrong. Like, we'll be split because of what someone else thinks. I think social media sometimes doesn't allow us to make our own decisions.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the media in general, to be honest. Like, because people who aren't on social media, like older people, you know, they just take the news at face value sometimes. So, like, I mean, and I understand because, like, it's hard to really get the facts.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because at the end of the day, none of us were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we kind of have to take, it's all really face value. We putting faith in something.
Yeah.
You know, we're putting faith in the fact that this is true. You know, so.
And you know what, man? Like, one key example is how a lot of people love Trump. Like, they love everything he do, whether it's good or bad. Like, that man can do no wrong in a lot of people's eyes. And, like, literally a couple of years ago, they ain't even know who this man was. Like, to be honest, he was just a rich guy on the show. You know,
talking about telling people they was fired.
Exactly. Like, he just came out of nowhere, adopted, you know, all this foolishness, and like, he got people to be on his side. Like, man, that's dangerous. To become a voice of a whole bunch of people out of nowhere.
Yeah, to be that easily swayed. Now, I mean, if you just honestly believe that the Republican agenda works better for you, that's one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but don't be pretending like this dude.
Like, some people be treating him like the second coming of Jesus, bro.
Yeah, like, I know. That's why I shared that meme. Like, I had found an old meme where it was like, you know that meme where it's like that guy, he's with his girl, but he's looking at this chick walking by.
Back.
Yeah, so the guy was conservative Christian. The girl was Jesus. And then here you had Trump making that stupid face he made, like, and like the conservative Christian looking at him, checking him out. Like, they all focused on him.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, if we have any conservative Christians watching, a hit dog gonna holler.
I mean,
so.
But we're just talking about how our minds can be swayed, man.
It is what it is.
Like, by the craziest things. Like they have pushed so many different agendas onto us that, like, we find acceptable, man. Like even these shows can be like too much, where we accept like violence, we accept so much like criminal activity, and it's like, we used to stand against this type of stuff, but now it's just like whatever. Like, it's sad that, you know, when we hear that, you know, another black person is killed, like, I think we've almost numb to it now. Like, we're getting used to hearing about it, bruh. Like, but it's more and more.
And another thing, as far as that's concerned, another thing is like a lot of some, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of some, like, a lot of people are getting tired of the uproar, because like, you got a lot of our people, too many, that are like, they making noise for silly stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they looked at me wrong. Oh, they bumped at me. They racist.
Yeah.
They bumped me and didn't say sorry.
Yeah.
Like, silly stuff, man. Like,
yeah, you can't. Like, everything doesn't garner the right attention, man. Like, that's why it's so important that we stop, you know, playing the race card in the wrong moments. Like, if it's not worth it, like, it's not worth it. You know, I understand it's cool to teach lessons and be like, hey, that was cool, but like, sometimes we will be tripping over small stuff. You know, I'm not saying let stuff get away when it is a serious topic, but like, sometimes we be overly aggressive towards people who really don't mean us harm. But like I said, there are still people out there that be with that foolishness.
Yeah, so I mean, and at that moment in time, it should be called out.
Yeah.
But what we don't need is people like making noise for silly stuff, like because that takes away from when there's a real issue that needs to be addressed. Now people don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
Because we've been making noise for every little thing.
It's like someone bumping into you on accident and they apologize immediately. They're like, man, you bumped into me because you're racist. And we're like, what? Like, where did that even come from?
And even if they don't apologize, I mean, that, like, I ain't gonna be my go-to. I'm like, if a joker bump me and I can tell, like, I mean, you can tell if somebody bumps you on purpose, though.
You can tell by the energy they give off.
I mean, because you'll be walking in your lane. If a person bumps you, if you walking in your lane, then clearly they made their way over just to try and bump you.
I mean, either that or they weren't paying attention.
Yeah, which is true. I'll be like, more than likely, I'll be like, excuse me. Like, I'm not about to go looking for a fight over that.
Okay, I'm telling you, man.
But I mean,
like, you can go to jail. Like, people don't consider the consequences before they do their actions, man. That's why you gotta change the way you think.
I never go looking for a fight. I'm just excuse me and let it keep it moving. If you're looking for trouble,
I mean,
I am handing out blessings.
Say it's something when you know you got power to end a thing, but choose not to, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, shoot, it's good. I'm good on all that.
Okay, but yeah, man. Really just gotta change the way we think, like in every aspect, man. Like how we think on our jobs, how we think when it comes to our family, how we think when it comes to our relationships, like friendships. Like we said before, like we can't let certain stuff slide. Like we gotta check each other when you in foolishness, man.
Yeah, true. I'll shoot, especially with jobs, boy. Oh, yeah. That's one of the hardest things right there, boy. Especially if there's something you don't like about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you have to deal with it. Like almost every time you go, you be like,
yeah. I've even had to change the way I think about my job, man, because I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. But like I had to think that, I was on my face praying to God for this job. Like, there was a moment where I needed this job so bad. And I'm like, what happened to that same energy? I think sometimes we do get burnt out. But at the same time, we got to remember that, like, this is a blessing that we wanted, we applied, so when you have those moments, you have to really think why you first started this, go back to, like we said, your vision, like what brings you joy about your job. Like sometimes we do got to find our own joy in the job we don't like. Find those simple things that you enjoy doing at your job and like excel at those things. Like it don't matter what it is, man. Like just find the moments that, bring you joy. That like whether it's your self-improvement, whether it's, doing something extra, like whatever you find joy doing, like go harder in it, man. Instead of letting everybody else, get in your head and, spout off negativity and ruin your day, like really we have to dive in to the positive things and the things that bring you joy, because that foolishness can bring you down, man.
Yeah. So yeah, stay positive. Keep planning.
Yes, sir.
And keep pushing.
Oh yeah.
And stay away from the foolishness.
Stay away from the foolishness.
Speaking of which, y'all already know what time it is.
Oh yeah.
It is Miss Me with the Foolishness. What are we working with, bro?
Alright, so we back with Florida man. And so the article says this Florida man lands in jail after using a fire extinguisher to dry off.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is in Tallahassee. Florida State Police found David Mann, who's 54, on the top of a parking garage with the fire extinguisher, and he was covered in powder.
And not Mr. Brown either.
No.
We ain't talking about Mr. Brown.
No, this dude is
even though,
white as I don't know what.
Even though, yeah, he's about as white as Mr. Brown's knees.
Uh-huh. Like, he told the police that he had been drinking and fell asleep and then fell in water. So when he woke up, he said he was trying to use the extinguisher to dry himself off. It's like, bruh, don't do that. So he was charged with interfering with the fire equipment, a 3rd-degree felony, punishable for up to 5 years in prison, bruh. God damn.
Dude tried to dry himself off because he was wet with a fire extinguisher.
He did not realize that he will get even wetter with the fire extinguisher, like, cause it's not even powder. Isn't it like a gel or something like that?
Bro, I know he was drunk, boy. I don't know what he was drinking, but he don't need to mess with that no more because like his whole reasoning was off. Like, I mean, behind that. And if y'all seen his face, y'all be like, yeah, I can see him doing some mess like that.
Yeah, but man, he had to be on some other stuff for that, cause I'm like, like that can irritate your skin, like you don't know what can happen.
Honestly, I mean, can't that like burn your skin?
Yeah, like all them chemicals in there, like this is literally chemicals to stop a fire. So what you think it's gonna do to your skin? Yeah, man, like these people out here wilding. You know, it's 2021 now, so people still out here doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens, man. You know, I've yet to find anything as appalling to me as the toe sucker.
Oh, no, man. That one takes the cake for...
Well, I ain't gonna say appalling. That one was just funny to me. Like,
oh, yeah. Like, that joke.
Now, appalling would be that one from the UK.
Oh, yeah.
The man that was out here catching bodies, like not actually killing them, but raping them. Like little dude,
over 200,
catching them while they coming out the club,
and none of them spoke up. Well, I guess none of them really remembered it.
Yeah, none of them remembered. That was the thing. Like they didn't remember it happening because he would give them alcohol and drug them.
Yeah, I was like, God.
Said he had thousands of hours of footage on his phone.
Man.
Wilding. That was an old episode though, so I mean we talked about that. But man, y'all stay guarded.
Oh yeah,
out here.
Be careful.
Stay vigilant.
Watch your surroundings, cause they out here.
Yeah. Shoot, the inauguration's coming up. Trump's little recorded. Have you listened to that?
Yeah, I heard the recording.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard bits and pieces of it.
It was just funny how he kept repeating himself. Like I was like, ain't that the same thing he used to make fun of Biden about?
Yeah,
repeating himself, saying the same thing over. But I mean, he's always done that. Like, well, I mean, he's been doing that since he's been in office. Like,
oh yeah, man. Shoot.
Like saying it over and over, like that makes it truer than he did the last time or something.
Yeah, I was like, man,
mind games.
Yep. But yeah, man, like you gotta be careful out here in 2021, man. It's
true enough.
It's a different year. Do stuff different.
Yeah, true enough.
You know, change your mind, the way you think, the way you do things. Now's the time.
I think one of the things I like to see this year is us not allowing doggone elections to divide us so much.
Yeah.
Like this junk this junk here was crazy, boy.
Oh,
like
yeah, man, like it was on another level. Like people were like fighting mad because of this election.
Yeah, like
it was almost Civil War, bro.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy in 2016, but no, this was a whole nother level right here, man. As if it wasn't enough going on, you know. So
yeah.
like I said, y'all stay vigilant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, y'all hit us up though, man. You know, you can email us at parkinglotparables@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know, follow us. We on YouTube, Instagram, all the social media outlets.
Oh yeah.
If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Matthew Priest on Facebook, Matthew_E_Priest on Instagram, and Unprecedented MP on Snapchat and Twitter.
Oh yeah. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me at The Chase Harden on all social media platforms.
And once again, remember, check that mindset.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Just want to say, it might not happen for you overnight.
Oh no, it's not gonna happen.
And I'm talking about that mindset change. Mm-hmm. That's gonna take work in itself. Oh, trust me, because I'm still working on it. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I'm cool, I'm good.
Yeah.
Other days I'm like, man, this.
Okay.
Real spill. I mean, just it's how I feel. Bars.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, just check that mindset. Check it daily.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just like you have to do a heart check daily. Like you have to check your mindset daily. But y'all keep pushing, keep going for your goals. You know, once again, I'm Matt P.
I'm Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.